favorite platform.
Andre of the Savages.
Let's think about this. I'm glad you brought this up because even in the first film, what are they doing? Apollo is trying to find somebody to help me get this show off. We're not planning on this dude winning. That's not even in the thing at all. Every now and again, I feel like somebody says F the program.
Black and White Sports. Weekdays 4 to 6 on 100.7 The Ticket. Go inside the game.
That is
Sports and sports talk are on 100.7 The Ticket. ESPN 100.7 The Ticket. His Store and More, the Man Superstore Studios. This is 100.7 WQQO HD2 Sylvania, Toledo, a Cumulus media station.
This is Sports Center.
I'm Christine Lisi. The USGA, RNA, along with the PGA Tour and DP World Tour, announced they've delayed the implementation of a new rule that would reduce the distance golf's longest hitters can achieve, move the golf rollback rule to 2030 rather than a phased implementation in 2028. With NBA free agency tipping off in 2 weeks, the Warriors are keeping a close eye on the LeBron James situation. If he doesn't wind up staying with the Lakers, Golden State remains interested and is ready to explore bringing him in, reports ESPN Warriors reporter Anthony Slater.
The Warriors are very open to it, and their motivations are simple. They need talent. They're soft on the wing right now with Jimmy Butler rehabbing a knee injury, Moses Moody rehabbing a knee injury. They have a recruitment of Steph Curry and Draymond Green are very friendly with LeBron. He played under Steve Kerr in the Olympics. So that is the pitch.
Warriors can still offer LeBron the full $15.1 million non-taxpayer mid-level exemption, which would be a major pay cut. League expectations, though, still point toward LeBron staying in L.A. Indiana's Caitlin Clark unveiled her signature first shoe, the Caitlin 1.
Hey, it's Michelle Smallman, and coming up Wednesday, Brian Windhorst dropped his top 6 storylines that already are shaping the NBA offseason. I'll tell you which one intrigues me the most. It's on Sports from 6 a.m. Eastern, right here on ESPN Radio, ESPN2, and ESPNU.
Andre of the Savages here for Mama Mary's Pizza. Mama Mary's Pizza wants to celebrate America's 250th anniversary. Founded in 1776, the United States is 250 years old. And Mama Mary's Pizza wants to celebrate with a 17.76% discount on the whole menu. 17.76% off your order. Sometimes you're just too tired to make that dinner, so Mama Mary's makes it easy on you and your wallet. Something for mom, dad, and the youngsters. Pizza, salad, sub, pastas, and more. Mama Mary's Pizza in Holland on Airport and Holloway.
Join Andre of the Savages.
I will even wear the embarrassment of having any sort of idea of hoping these people would show a semblance of heart at all. And they tricked me. Cavs, you tricked us all. You got it. We didn't want to believe then it was me. It was me that was leading my people astray. I wonder how I will be able to shake this Cavalier Funketeer-ness off my person. Because Josh, our good friend Charles Barkley now has titled the verb that is associated with quit. Oh, yeah. It is now Cavaliers, Josh. That's the verb.
Black and White Sports. Weekdays from 4 to 6 on 100.7 The Ticket.
You're listening to Black and White Sports, where there is no gray.
To Albert Earl here and see if he can help us, because we're missing the 4th team to take on the 89 Mac men in the nightcap. And here's the setup. 6 o'clock window, 83 Knights. Okay? Scott Bittinger and the crew. Killed you with that. You didn't know. You weren't ready. You didn't want that like that. Yeah, absolutely. And the 90 Scoop Williams. This one we got going on at 6. So there's no dilly-dally. And we said with the parking,
Well, thought about a few teams, but I think the greatest matchup for that Macumber 1989 team will be a Final Four team from the 80s. The 1984 Scott Bulldogs with Chris Polinitz, Willie Shelton, and Melvin Newbern. Let's get it on.
Black and White Sports. Weekdays from 4 to 6 on 100.7 The Ticket.
Black and White Sports is now
trust and believe. It's something totally different. And stop with the Eminem, because Eminem's not one of the best either. And y'all can stop that.
Dre says he's the best on the mic.
Dr. Dre is a Fed, and so is Snoop. We covered this. Everybody fool with Dre and Snoop is dead or was locked up. I don't care what Dr. Dre said.
I'm just reporting.
Dr. Dre was wearing women's shoes before it was fashionable to do it as a guy.
Toledo's sports leader, ESPN 100.7 The Ticket.
I know you're kind of busy just now, but I want to tell you some things I never told you. I know sometimes I act stupid and I say stupid things, but you kept me around, and other people would have said, drop that bum. You give me respect. You know, it's hard for me to say these kind of things because that ain't my way. But if I could just unzip myself and step out and be someone else, I want to be you. You're real hot.
If the papers knew we were talking like this, they'd think we was crazy. Why you?
Because I'm the best and you need somebody to teach you different. You may not understand what I'm talking about now. I can appreciate that, but you will when it's over. Believe me. You will when it's over. You think I don't have any more?
You got nothing more to prove, do you?
Look, man, this is the opportunity of a lifetime.
I got a lot of more. Come on. Here we go again.
And we wish to show the American press a small portion of the advances.
What does all this do to enhance performance?
It makes a man a better man. A great athlete, a super athlete. Though most of the world is ignorant. It's showtime! It's showtime! Come on. I wish to educate your country.
In great spirits tonight. He's really putting on a show for this capacity crowd.
Shall we have a demonstration?
Please do.
As you can see, the result's quite obvious. Whatever he hits, he destroys.
Now you're gonna have to go through hell. Worse than any nightmare that you ever dreamed.
As we begin, it's a World Cup Wednesday. To all my friends, Black and White Sports, we take off 4 p.m. Eastern, and you all know the routine. However you may be listening, whatever you may be into, we certainly appreciate you making us a part of your situation on this and every day. Hello, everyone. I am Andre of the Savages. Josh Burnham in the building. What's going on, sir? There you are, Josh. I put you on high profile. Hold on. I got to get rid of that studio shot. How you doing today, sir?
I'm fine.
That's what's up. Yeah. But listen, I have good news, Josh. It looks like the Facebook administration has reinstated me on the personal side. I don't know what just happened with the disconnect. We saw that too, everybody. Facebook contingent, general counsel. That's pretty much you guys. I don't know what just happened. We had a quick clip. I'm not sure what that was about. So we're going to cross our fingers there and try to stay within the guidelines and parameters today. But again, people, that's the visual thing. Our radio contingent is certainly the primary focus each and every day. 100.7 FM. That is the ticket. ESPN here in the Glass City. Thank you very much. 877-909-1007 is how you text it because Josh says that you can. Stormy a little bit, Josh. I guess gray skies today. I don't know how to describe it. I try to make a weather comment. 75 and live, but it feels chilly. It feels balmy.
Well, if you want to get rid of that gray, just put on your radio and listen
black
to
and
the
white.
show.
Yep, black and white
no
sports.
Gray.
Right, no gray going on here. So listen, a few things on deck today. A couple items to make noteworthy. Of course, we'll move it around and talk to the fellas today. As a matter of fact, a couple
of the guys, man, popping through today. Steve T, of course, Mighty Features will be here, but it's actually all about the big fella, Josh. We're expecting the big dog today, man. Brother Wormely returns. You know, he's been on before, but I wasn't here. You know what I mean? You know, it's a Strack play. You know, I mean, Strack is big dog. You know, George Strack, he's a big dog. So, you know, we had to put it in play. But, you know, he's doing a thing. His family foundation. You probably have heard of this, Josh.
Yeah,
you know, they do a lot of good things. And, you know, so they're going to have a softball game over the weekend, too. So he's going to have some people. You know, it's going to be festive. There'll be some star power involved. I'll let him talk about it. I don't know nothing. I'm going to see if I can investigate, man. Talk to Chris Wormley later at the top of the hour. So we look forward to that, of course. And like I said, and Sandman, too. Let me quit front. No Sandman. So, it's a full allotment, Josh, because, you know, I don't know. It gets difficult at this time of year. We have no NBA or NHL.
Right. And it's
we're
80, I believe, 84 days until the NFL Week 1 kicks off.
Right. Oh, my goodness. Boy, that seems like a distant land. But from distant lands, we bring you the reason we say World Cup Wednesday. Josh, what do we want to do with our man Messi? We didn't mess it around and hit into the first career hat trick, triple-double style. Miroslav Klose, the only other in history. Most goals is a tie now, 16. But our man Messi last night with the 3-3-0 too, and they blanked them boys. I picked Argentina, so I like it, but I didn't really win anything. I messed up somewhere else.
Yeah,
I was 3-0 though on the World Cup. What I gave the people last night was nothing.
Oh.
No, I'm shit. Nothing, Josh. I'm sorry. You gave me the look like you wanted to say something.
Yeah, I wasn't going to say anything.
Okay, no, but listen, man. This is an old guy too. We start talking about the 40 dog club.
He is what we like to call the one of the greatest of all times in terms of playing the association football.
Man, what if these boys win it too?
Go back
and he's out here clowning, you know what I'm saying? And they do it, they get that again.
Argentina go back to back.
Yeah,
I mean that can happen.
All right, so we got that popping off today, man. Talk to the fellas, but then look, the Sorsby foolishness continues on a side note, but it's not a side note because it's a headline. This seems more shammery and flukelness than we really originally kind of suggested. This is only getting magnanimously worse. And I'm telling you, I mean, I really don't want to do the whole soapbox tirade of the fact that really this is the true disintegration of whatever you all had on your minds and your subconscious palettes of truth and integrity. It was long gone, but it's longer gone now. It's really, this will be the moment, the time. These guys are really now trying to rationalize the conversation around this young man. And I had never really heard of him being this cold. Why is this guy a journeyman at all these schools? If he's this talented, because now I'm hearing this. Now it's like, oh, he's this talented for all this trouble that we're going through to make this take place. Pro Day coming up, people. July 10th. Wow.
Can't wait for the supplemental draft. I mean,
this is serious, though. I mean, we just gliding past all this, but it really is over the top concerning. And everybody should be concerned, especially even when I hear him talk about it, it's always a commentary that will involve a direct drop off that says college football. It's a mark college football, and all the references go to college football. No, this is all the ball, every ball.
Well, you mentioned about every ball, and he said college football in particular. I'm probably thinking that maybe the only thing that might not be affected may be the lower level college football, like Division II, Division III.
I don't know that anymore, Josh. I understand exactly what you are saying, but I really feel as though I'm not sure that's exactly untarnished, though. I'm not sure exactly what a system would be where the pipeline of activities are and what is happening, but I find it very difficult to almost imagine damn near anywhere somebody's not trying to create some kind of action based on outcomes and probabilities. That's what I just, you're going to have a hard time convincing me where exactly do we not find it now. I know, and listen to what I'm saying. That is a broad and very, very egregious remark because I'm not sure. Because there's a lot of things that have kind of always been happening that you really pretended like you didn't want to know, but were very sure that was certainly in motion. And I'm just talking about my local environment. There's things. So, hey man, whatever. Think what you want to think. And it's also, I guess, safe for you to believe that we are walking around in here in a society that is anything close to having a rational, logical bone in anybody's body anymore. Because it's really, it's difficult to imagine. So you should probably imagine it's difficult to think everything isn't crossed up way further than my man Sorsby. I'm not sure why this is the face of the campaign. I don't know why this is our marker for history, but just understand that nothing you thought was whatever you've been believing, you should probably literally stop believing that. Right about here would be the best place to do that. And right about here would be the best place to break. Because we're going to get impressed in here, move it along, ring the bell, do a few things, and get this show in World Cup fashion, Josh. Acting World Cup-y.
We're on a global stage now, buddy.
Black and White Sports with Andre of the Savages on 100.7 The Ticket. ESPN 100.7 right now, traffic.
No unusual slowdowns, no incidents at this time. If you're seeing anything we're not, let us know. You can call or text. That's your Cumulus Toledo right now, traffic.
Andre of the Savages here for Mama Mary's Pizza. Mama Mary's Pizza wants to celebrate America's 250th anniversary. Founded in 1776, the United States is 250 years old. And Mama Mary's Pizza wants to celebrate with a 17.76% discount on the whole menu. 17.76% off your order. Sometimes you're just too tired to make that dinner, so Mama Mary's makes it easy on you and your wallet. Something for mom, dad, and the youngster. Pizza, salads, sub, pastas, and more. Mama Mary's Pizza in Holland on Airport in Holloway.
Lounge in Northern Ohio. We're talking a huge public lounge, plus a beautiful private lounge with 2 massive 70-inch TVs, open 24/7, 365, plus annual memberships packed with perks. Try out their Great Lakes cigar, made in Nicaragua and only available at Havana Cigar Outlet, North Coast Cigar, and the Cigar Affair in Maumee. Go ahead, light up at your new favorite spot, North Coast Cigar in Port Clinton or Havana Cigar Outlet in Norwalk.
For digital marketing that works, you need local expertise and national scale. Cumulus Digital provides hometown teams fueled by national support, serving over 4,000 businesses a month. Go to cumulusdigital.com. A short form is all it takes to get started.
Black and White Sports.
If you say you in a gang or a clique and you and your can't put up 10 to 20 racks, fam, y'all running a non-profit organization.
You're listening to Black and White Sports, where there is no gray.
All right, let's roll around the town with you. It's Black and White Sports. Thank you for having us. Fastest buck 20 in sports. Back in the studio. Live with Josh Burnham right here. Josh, what is this saying? I'm just that crazy enough not to do it. What? Help me, Josh. I just noticed your sign because you were live on the big shot there. I feel like you set that up on purpose. I didn't really authorize that shot to be there, but you just somehow took the center stage. I mean, I'm not mad. You got a lot of fans, but I'm just saying, what's up with the sign today?
Yeah, a little something that Woody Page used to do when he did Around the
I know
Horn.
that. Oh, man, come on. I'm saying what it says.
Well, it can apply to a lot of things. You can do it, you can't do it, but you're crazy enough not to do it. That's like what we call self-control. That's true freedom. Having the control to saying, I can do this, but I choose not to. I don't want to be falling into my own
Vices.
Vices, yeah.
Okay. I'm on that, Josh. I'm on that. I'm definitely on that plan. Hopefully, man, our man Impress. Maybe he's on Impress. You on that plan?
No, I'm crazy.
Control together, Monty. I think is what Josh was saying right there.
I'm crazy enough to do it, man.
He is though. You would, Josh. You would trip out. Hold on, Josh. Let me switch places with you over here. There we go. Oh man, good afternoon to you, sir. How you doing, man?
I'm good, and you?
Oh man, a little better every day, brother. Monty features everybody. All guest calls brought to you by the Wake Up Call line. Okay, 877-909-1007. If you want to text us and say something, because again, Josh is allowing you to do this. So, take advantage of it. But real quick, I have to take advantage of this. Josh, I know you have an update for me. Let me set it up first, though, in case it doesn't go my way. I don't want it to sound staged. So, Monty, this is a World Cup Wednesday. I don't know how heavy you are off into this right now, but just know I'm big on the situation. It's really easy money to grab. Let me just tell you. And good looking, though. I just caught the glimpse. I wasn't looking around the situation. Good looking, though, on the garment there. This is Butler yesterday, and then here you come, man. That's my guys, man. Thank you very much, man. I appreciate that, sir. And so does Josh. He's wearing the logo thing. I wish you would put yours back on, Josh.
I might do it tomorrow.
Okay. On the street. But look, man, okay, World Cup activities. I was going to give you the UK today, everybody. I have a long list of action for you. Of course, World Cup, College World Series. The ladies tonight in the W, we have a nice, robust frame there. And, of course, your standard MLB slate. I thought we would grab a few nuggets out of that today. But we must alert you here because the game is underway already here. Our 4 o'clock beginning here with the UK pick was our money line. But I don't know. Josh might shock me. I told him, don't tell me what the damn score is till we come back on. Okay, Josh, here we go.
All right. From 24 minutes in the first half, it's England 1, Croatia 0.
Okay, I like hearing that. All right, off and running. Here we go. And again, Monty, don't know if you knew. Last night, 3-0 on what was a 9-4 offering last night, everybody. Just so you guys are aware. It told I had some slips. My baseball situation was it was a little erratic. If I look, but I was trying to do too much. That was actually the problem with that. The ladies' game, I don't know. Toronto's hard to read, and I got last night, and I'm trying to hate on the Fever. I think a little too much. I might want to get my damn frame and thinking back in order.
Bring it back in.
Yeah, I might have to. By the way, I got another note about her. And then, like I said, over here, so we were like 6-3 everywhere else, and again 3-0. World Cup yesterday, France, Argentina, and Norway last night. So we're liking that. And so as we get in here today, just staying with it, I'll give you these early. You guys will have to stay late for the rest, man, the W stuff and the MLB. But we'll go Ghana and Colombia today. Ghana at a plus 135. We got to try to get some value money today. But Colombia, these are big dogs. I don't think they don't really F around. So we like them at a minus 280. I think, Josh, what was it? A plus 131. Now, this stuff could be jostling. This was before because the UK is playing now.
Yeah, I got you at Ghana plus 135.
Yeah, but we bought the All England, you know what I mean, brigade at a minus 150. So, it could get, don't trip out if it gets interesting, but we expect these boys to be able to hold on. They're serious as well. So hopefully we can keep it going. World Cup stuff. And again, right now, the problem is I keep combining too many things. You know what I mean? So, but I had today, I didn't get a chance to put the 3 in because, I didn't really want to spend.
So in
any
other
money.
words, you're bundling like a certain insurance company that advertises.
Yep. Word to flow, no doubt. I didn't want to. I just didn't because I didn't want to put any money in today. I'm trying to be, super cheap and escape. See if I can get off. I had the last hit. It was like a $3.40 hookup, and it went well. Let me just tell you, it went well. It was lengthy. You know what I'm saying? It was a lengthy situation. So I'm trying to see if I can pull that again here in this in this moment. But anyway, brother, I don't know how much you're seeing it, but you got Messi here with a triple
Hat-trick.
dip.
Yeah.
At 40. I mean, I'm dominating. I'm going crazy out here. What do we say about that, Monty? Because we've been celebrating. And let me say this too, because Andy yesterday, you weren't here, and he went off kind of on the 40-year-old tangent about our sisters Williams as they get ready to embark on the Wimbledon situation. And I thought that was interesting because I'm like, so we let the fellas do it. He said he didn't love it at all. So I guess I'm interested to get your perspective on what you're seeing and perhaps how you feel about and maybe the level of impressed, no pun, that you might be seeing him do these things.
Hey man, that's an incredible feat for soccer. I think only like one other person has done it or something like that.
Yeah. Klaus. He's tied for most goals. I think it's Messi's first career hat trick. That's what I should say. I'm sorry.
Yeah. At 40 years old, man, that's amazing. And to me, if you ask me, soccer's a young man sport. All of that, running and all of that kind of stuff. So, to have 1 or 2 goals is amazing. To have 3, is definitely superhuman, so to say.
Definitely next level.
Yeah. And I said I'm gonna get into the World Cup. I started watching the game yesterday, and I kind of got sidetracked. But that soccer game, man. I want to watch it and get into it just for the fans, man. The fans love that game like like no other game. I think soccer has the most enthusiastic fans of all sports.
Yeah, here's the thing about it, and I'm glad you brought that up because the best way to sort of really capsulize and compartmentalize the idea about it on a global stage. Now, we don't necessarily, and I think that's why it's a struggle, and I think that's why it's impressive whenever the U.S. is able to compete at a high level and certainly get anywhere close to any sort of definitive success in these tournaments. But with regard to the rest of these nations, it's a political, and it's even deeper than that. It's an honor theme with most of these nations. So what you're talking about, that enthusiasm is even more of a representative pride that's going on that I don't even know. Sometimes it's like our nation, we like to act like we have that, and we like to act like we embody that and certainly want to represent that ideology. But when we get these type of forms and we get to these, these sort of reunions, if you will, and these congregations when everybody comes together in this competitive space. I don't know. I wonder sometimes if that's why we're not at the top of again the competitive pool. Maybe this year will be different. I get the expectation. I always get concerned when they start marketing and they start making darlings out of guys and people before anybody's done anything, before they got out. Now, so far, so good, U.S. Excuse me real quick, because while we say this, the U.S., we often run it. But I just, I never feel as confident when I say Colombia, when I say Argentina, when I know these France boys, what they bring, the Mexicans and all.
Brazil.
Brazil. Yeah, it's so serious. I don't even have to blink twice when I start looking at which way I'm betting, though. You know what I mean? On some of them. So, I've been doing some other research trying to find out what teams when I'm not sure at all and going. I don't want to go in blind because, again, these odds makers are not necessarily on point when it comes to this stuff. That's why I'm saying to everybody, this is your opportunity. Whether you're a fan, casual, you don't even watch it. I'm just telling you, you have way better odds of winning something with these World Cup plays than any other plays on any other day. Just leave it like that. You know what I'm saying? So, do what you will. All right, my man Monty Features in here. Josh, let's ring the bell real quick before we break here. It is a World Cup Wednesday, as it were. And don't forget, later on, my man Chris Wormely, Big Dog, will be through here, talk about his event going on this weekend. A lot of people are excited about that. There'll be Star Power in the Glass City. Fifth Third will be all a buzz. It should be on fire. And again, it will certainly support the Family Foundation. And many of you have heard of that, but I'll let him tell you more about it. And it'll be a return trip of sorts. And if you guys heard it a while back, I told you I don't get out very often. But the last time I think I was out, Jordan Strack was in here. And I think those boys rock and rolled it for us. So, maybe we'll see what we can do with it today. Talk to the big dog. All right, Josh, let's go for our man Anthony Butler around here. He is the master barber and stylist. Ladies, don't forget, give him a call. You can do that in these days for sure as we get close to this weekend. 419-407-4880. My bad, Mr. Butler. Let me get that correct. 419-407-0880. Okay? Make sure you make that call today. Get your appointment now because it does get very cluttered.
Want to ring the bell?
All right. Ding, ding.
And we rock and roll with it on this World Cup Wednesday. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. Black and White Sports. Ring the bell brought to you by our guy. And he is, again, the master barber and stylist, ladies. So please don't forget that. Anthony Butler appreciates it when you come through. All right. So, Josh, I hear it's all baseball situation, and you certainly turned the mood of this. And now I find myself falling into some frame of yacht rock energy right now. And I have a Steely Dan-ness that's happening here.
And a little happy little clouds up in the sky as the Reds, they beat the Mets yesterday 5-3, but they dropped the afternoon affair to the Amazons 9-1.
Okay. Well, thank you for that. Also, what else do you have along the lines of our MLB localities?
Lord Detroit Tigers.
Very interesting. It's okay, though. I feel like somehow we should find a way to tell our brains, don't exactly throw in the towel with this year's offering from our 313 Cats. Enigmatic as it seems, something is very unique about them. But last night, it wasn't unique enough. They got smacked 4-2. Okay.
Moving right along.
Yep.
Now it's time for your Cleveland Guardians and
Andy was right, wasn't he?
yeah,
Don't bet on 'em.
they took the L.
Yep, don't bet on them. I don't know tonight. I'm leery about tonight, people, but Andy told us stay away from these guys for the foreseeable future. I feel like we should probably listen, but at least he's one in so far. But tonight I have my concerns. May want to look that way, at least with a run line or something like that. Okay? That was Ring the Bell. Brought to you by our guy,
Mr. Anthony Butler. He is the master barber and stylist, ladies. Okay, you can get a hold of him now, if you like, 419-4070-880. Matter of fact, this show is probably playing inside the shop because it's important to update this part. Because I didn't, Josh, when I got in here before we get our guys back on set as we extend the conversation to Steve T jumping in here. But listen, everybody, all guest calls brought to you by the Wake Up Call line. But again, you can get us live, of course, on Facebook. Things seem to be flying a little bit more steady. So we are still at Black White Sports. Thank you to the General Counsel, fellas. I see you guys on deck. But again, don't forget about the YouTube, of course, Savvy Television. But then let's go ahead and download this app and get that thing moving. And there is where we are live. And Josh, here's another thing that we will actually be able to tell people after these shows. We'll be able to rerun it. Like, you know, that line about, well, if you missed any part of this, you can catch it again, like really quickly. So, you know, we like all of this going on, and we certainly appreciate you guys plugging in and doing it and moving around with us and just rocking and rolling. Black and White Sports. But as I said, let me stop being rude. Steve T, the real sports guy, is in here. Good day to you, sir.
All right, what's going on, guys?
Oh, man, I don't know. Yeah, we got you. We got you loud and clear, brother. Yeah, all good. Yeah,
Okay.
Josh, I saw it, man. I saw it break out. And listen, everybody who's in on it, who knows what it is. I think right now, Josh, we might be having a crosshairs between my old page that was off and when we had to transfer out and switch some things. I don't know. That's my guess right now. And why the black and white thing is fighting, I don't know.
Yeah, but
because
the
we
good
keep
news is,
losing it.
according to the viewer count, it's still very healthy.
Okay.
If it gets down to like the zeros or less than that, then we have a problem.
Got you. All right. Well, I appreciate that. So far, we rolling. So thank you guys for hanging with it and your patience on all of that. Listen, it's going to be a weird time. We'll get this thing right, though, and get it together, man. So like I said, the fellas in here, Steve T is here, Monty Features is here, and let's continue. Steve, before you came in, man, we were kind of just a little bit tipping on to the World Cup activities, and we commented on Messi. Again, you might want to, you know, talk about that. Of course, the greatness, man. This man is certainly up in years and looking like nothing has changed and dominant when you get your first hat trick at this point of your career. But on this stage, of course, and you know, what do you say, man? And I mean, what can we say that hasn't been said?
Yeah, when the lights are bright, this guy shines, man. And you saw it, man, in his first match, his first game back, man. You know, he puts the ball in the back of the net. I mean, this guy, that's what he does. You know, he's a winner, you know. And as long as that dude is playing, it's going to be TUFF, man.
Right on. How you like their chances, though, too? Josh and I were just, you know, mentioning you always want to get to the idea of the repeat, but not so much in this format. You never really expect that. It's already difficult enough just to get the crown for whatever nation does it from you know, from event to event. I was about to say year to year, but again,
if you ask me, am I taking them or the field? I mean, if you asking me, am I taking them or the field? I'm definitely taking the field. You know, I just don't think that a back-to-back type situation is going to happen. You know, man, it's just too competitive around the world, man. And you know, I mean, is it foolish to think that even the Americans got a chance that they're starting to figure it out? You know, it seems that they are starting to shake off the soft moniker, because you know they were starting to be viewed as the team that was flopping and everything, and it seems that physicality has been the calling card as of late with this new coaching staff. You know, can that continue on when they hit the grass? Well, we'll find out shortly. But you know, that's kind of been the thing, is being more physical.
Well, talking to Steve Taylor right here, World Cup conversation, everybody. I'm glad you brought up the Americans, because that's the thing I kind of threw out there. I don't know how to read it. Now, I as I mentioned, so far, so good. There's nothing necessarily to offer in the criticism department, I guess. But, you know, Steve, I wonder how realistic and how authentic are these guys' chance here? Because, again, they often find themselves on the more of the pretender scale when we do this. But, you know, how strong do you feel about there being
a significant difference in this year's outcome?
I don't think they can win it, but I think they can make a decent run. And that's kind of what we're looking at. We at this point in United States soccer, what we're looking for is consistency and starting to see some type of growth. That's what we don't want to see, the one and done type deals, man. You know, that needs to stop here. You know, they need to move on. You know, and when they get into those situations, then we'll be like, okay, there's starting to be growth. But until then, man, you know, you're going to get the prolific beatings that they've been taking here recently.
True indeed. All right, fellas, but there you go. No, so plug in tonight. Like I said, everybody, we up right now. UK, we picked them. We took them on this money line. Like I said, later on, the 7 o'clock look is Ghana. We like them at a plus 135 to get everybody. Again, Colombia on the late night side. Steve Taylor here. Monty Features here. Let me go to one of the bigger NBA conversations at the moment. And I guess, I don't know, because it's always, I don't like doing the speculation, but we don't necessarily have much choice. But we do realize that our man Giannis is going to likely, you know, and of course land somewhere else. And it's always interesting, depending on who you ask, what they think that new place will be and why they think it. So let me come back, Mike. Let me come back to you first on this one, because I feel like we kind of have talked about him, but I don't know how much we discussed where he might end up, maybe in your mind and in your basketball mind, what you might want to see based on the fact that we've heard a few things that we could perhaps call legit in the Celtic mentions, whatever you want to do, maybe with a Golden State, a Nick tinkering, even though most people probably feel like you're going to bring that back. I don't know. I feel like you might be able to do some things, you know, with that group, again, if you're talking about trying to have repeat success, whatever. But, you know, with that considered, man, where and perhaps why?
So a lot of times when you have these megastars that have been in one conference for the majority of their career, when they look for a change, they like to switch conferences. So with that being said, I think Golden State might be a good place for him. I don't know what pieces they have to put together to get him for a step final run type of deal.
Yeah.
But if he stays in the East, it would be interesting to see what the Celtics offer up to get him, and what combination they can make, like give up those pieces and still see what kind of combination they have to make a deep run in the playoffs.
Steve, so hearing that, and you know, I know you've been watching the situation, man, and may have some other insights, but I just wonder what's the fit when whatever it is, it's just my contention, you're not going to be able to play, or at least in the volume of your game that you've been able to do, being the centerpiece of Milwaukee. Whatever you end up doing, it seems as though he's going to be an addition to something that had at least a relatively respectable foundation, and they're feeling like whatever he does, or wherever he goes, rather, he's going to be the instrument to sort of level up, if you will, wherever that situation is in need.
I mean, the situation that makes the most sense to me when you really look at it, you know, and dollars and cents even, is Boston for Jaylen Brown. I mean, that makes the most sense, you know, where, you know, both teams can move on. You can finally get the Giannis situation out of the way. If you're Milwaukee, now you've got a piece that you can build upon, that you want to continue to try to stack some championships. At least you can do that with this guy here and with the subsequent pieces that would come with that. But that, to me, makes the most sense. I hear the Miamis of the world. I hear all of that too, and the Golden State. You know, you know, my man just eloquently put out. But what makes the most sense to me is Boston.
Yeah. I don't know if I like the Jaylen Brown though. I would rather see him with Jaylen Brown. I'd rather see him and Jaylen Brown before I see him and Tatum together. That's just me.
Yeah,
I think
but
Jaylen.
I get you, but they're not gonna. You know what I'm saying?
I
If
get it. I
anybody,
know.
you know,
I understand.
Yeah.
yeah, it's on the move. It's on the move. That thing is on the flow for sure. Let me do this though, because we hadn't had an opportunity to talk with our man Steve, and he didn't get a chance to rock with us yesterday, Steve. So I mean, I pretty much went on ahead and wore it for you because I had to let Ski do his little thing, and he had his little Nick 4-1, and he had done all that, so we let him have it.
Oh, trust me, I've heard it.
Let's get the evaluation though, Steve. Okay, we've done it all. We get that, but as you look forward to it and say, let me have more. Let me get a Spurs word because I haven't had anything. Matter of fact, parade going on too. Josh, do we have any footage from the Knick parade? I would imagine
it's tomorrow.
Parade's tomorrow.
It's tomorrow. Oh, I'm thinking Thursday. Already Thursday. My bad. But anyway, I didn't get a post game wrap on the Spurs necessarily because we had too much criticism going on, and they were doing a big Knick convention here in the first days of the week.
Yeah, man. Again, I've seen every game that the Spurs have played this year, and the one thing that gave me cause to pause on just guaranteeing a championship was the inability to hold leads. Like, this didn't just start happening in this series. I've seen this happen at least a half a dozen times throughout this year. Right. That being said, you don't win 62 games on accident. So you just don't blow the thing up, man. A play here and a play there, and we're talking about a different series. We brought De'Aaron Fox in to kind of usher us through those moments. Well, those moments are too big for even. So what we need to really look at is what do we need to tweak? Well, what we need to tweak is the front line. And what I'm paying attention to, and what I would tell you to pay attention to, is what goes on in Utah in this draft here. Because if Utah grabs Boozer, like they're saying, projecting him to do, then what are they going to do with Jaren Jackson Jr.? And that's where the Spurs swoop in and make a move on a guy like a Jaren Jackson Jr. That's what I'm watching out for right now.
Yeah, NBA draft coming up next week. So we just under a week on that thing too. So we'll get to all of that too. So Steve just gave you a look right there, talking to the real sports guys in here. Monty Features is in here. We got a break to hit, and we will come back, finish this thing up first hour, World Cup Wednesday. And I got to talk to these guys about this doggone pro day, man. Sorsby is having a pro day, fellas. And this thing is really, really goofy, but ugly, but more than silly. It's black and white. Sit tight.
Stay close. Andre of the Savages is just warming up. 100.7 The Ticket. ESPN 100.7 right now, traffic.
Reported accident on the left shoulder, 475 westbound between Douglas and Secor. It's slow going back to 75. You're seeing anything we're not, let us know. That's your Cumulus Toledo right now, traffic.
This report is sponsored by Discover. When you hear a good deal, it's natural to do a double take. That's what you might do when you hear Discover will automatically double all the cash back you've earned on your credit card at the end of your first year with Cashback Match. See terms at discover.com/credit card.
York, it's just...
gates are open. Recently ranked one of Michigan's top public golf courses, Hills offers championship-level conditions, wide-open fairways, and a kind of quiet beauty that makes every round unforgettable. No matter your game, no matter your pace, this is where you want to be. Book your tee time at hillsoflenaway.golf.com or call 517-265-8227. Hills of Lenaway, your course, your community, your kind of golf. With gas prices where they are, now is a great time to try something different because work and errands don't stop. Tarda is making finding the next step in your career or your commute easier than ever with more frequent trips to job centers. Routes to Franklin Park Mall, Rossford, Central Avenue, and Maumee now running every 30 minutes during peak hours. The next opportunity starts where the bus stops. From fixed routes to move to flex and youth blast pass, find all your ride info with the trip planner at tarda.com.
This is Black and White.
Last time for the first hour before we go into the halftime break. Black and White Sports here on a World Cup Wednesday. Messi is bonked out, people, early. Argentina, we want to go ahead and get it all. We need that back. So, world be advised. Steve T likes the field. Can't be mad at that. A lot of serious situations going on. We'll see a couple tonight, though, too. These Colombians busy. And, of course, the Ghanans. I like it. Been having a good time with this. It was undefeated yesterday. We started out strong. It was strong 4-0 the other day on day one with the Mexico situation. Fellas, you boys don't even know. You here, Monty Features is here, man. I'm telling you, I had goal scorers, Steve. This is not. I'm not messing around, man, with this stuff, man. Like, listen, I struggle with stupid things like basketball and football. I can't get that crap right to save my ass. I can't never do nothing but donate. That's all I do. Like, here, it's my donation for the day. But no, make up ground on this World Cup stuff. So we got that going on. UK right now, Josh Skorchak. Make sure nothing weird is going on. Make sure the Englanders are sustaining. We have a money line pick
here we go. We're at halftime. It's 2-2 England and Croatia.
Oh, Lord. Oh, my God. No. What? And this is Croatia?
Yeah, England, Croatia, playing from Jerry World.
Of course. See? I didn't need to know that. I did not need to know the location of where this was taking place. Oh, damn. I'm going to have to reroute everything. Watch. Exactly appropriate insert right there. Anyway, all right, we're back in here. Let me say this, too. Allow me to offer some quick appreciations and thanks, of course, to my friends at the Bassett Nut Company. You guys have heard this, formerly Rachel Michaels Gourmet Popcorn. It's very important to note, again, extreme investment, everyone, when she transitioned from, again, the popcornery to the Bassett Nuttery, right? And so doing that was really a lot of investment, we'll just say. I don't like to go throwing around people's numbers like that. But again, I know it would be appreciated if people start falling into that store down there. Just move up Monroe Street down there next to that cell phone store. And then bam, there you go. It's the Bassett Nut Company. Everybody, BassettNutCompany.com. Also, my good friends at the Powell's Beauty Supply. And they too embody the spirit of small business turned big business here in the Lucas County area. So, we love that. So let them know you love them. 901 Nebraska Avenue. And of course, my good friends at Consignment Home Interiors. Change your decor without spending more. Tony and Jackie waiting for you in the showroom to show you what it really looks like to reset and recalibrate how your spot comes across. Okay? All right. Like I said, we got the fellas in here. We're going to try to finish it strong. As I was saying before we left, I don't like this because I don't really like having this conversation. I feel it's goofy. It really mocks at people's intelligence. They're not really absorbing it that way. They're actually rationalizing this. They're now conducting conversations that sound more like the typical style of projection and the fact that we're going to embrace this guy into the league when you guys, again, all I can think of, and as I say this to you, Steve, because I say this to a Reds fan, somebody who I would imagine acutely absorbed the energy of the disgrace and disrespect that was bestowed upon the legendary Pete Rose for this exact same sort of kookery that is happening right now. And now you're telling me we're going to make this a part of the culture and we're getting ready to find a way to make people believe that somehow we can reform enough that every snap this fool is getting ready to take on whatever team is silly enough to bring this to their hookup and start this snowball to hell, Steve, that we are supposed to make this make sense. But here we have to speak because there's a pro day set for July 10th, and Sorsby Steve is on the move, and he's coming to an arena near you.
And the operative word in that sentence for the people on radio that can't see, it's a graphic, and it says quarterback Brendan Sorsby plans, and I will stop there, to apply for the NFL supplemental draft. Now, this morning, I planned on being a millionaire by the end of the day. Okay, you guys get where I'm going with this? Okay, he can plan all he wants, but he can plan on being undrafted. I can promise you that.
Go ahead, Bonnie. Go ahead.
Yeah, and that's I was gonna kind of piggyback off of that and say that any team that wants to be taken serious and shows up for that pro day, shame on you. Shame on you. Shame on your whole organization for even entertaining the thought of bringing more fluke dukery to your program.
Man. Right. Now, fellas, then they got on the thing, they on the little shows and they go with the conversation. Because, you might ask a person, I mean, is this person this good to be having all this? Because you always ask, is this really worth the trouble that is getting ready to ignite, that it has ignited? And it's like, that's why I can't deal with the Louis Riddicks and the whole thing, because he sat up here and he's validating, talking about this guy's skills. We're not concerned with this at all. It's not really supposed to matter.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But hey, man, you guys keep on with that.
But he didn't even have.
Mind, guys. Keep this in mind. Louis Riddick is going to cash a check at the end of the week. Okay,
Absolutely.
For saying just that.
Yeah,
okay,
absolutely.
He's going to cash his check. Brendan Sorsby won't be cashing any checks, guys. I promise you, he won't be cashing any checks.
And maybe I'm late to the party. I don't remember him having all worldly numbers like that where to make it make sense.
That's what I was just saying. I don't remember all this flash and dash that I was supposed to. I didn't see these games. Not one of them. I didn't see none at Cincinnati. I didn't see none of this going on at Texas Tech. And I'm not. But hey, fellas, thank you very much. First hour, Monty, I know you got to slide on out the door. Steve T, we're gonna come back second hour. We are certainly anticipating our good friend, man. Big Worm is coming through. All right. He's got some things happening, man. Chris Wormely. So we will talk to him about that. And of course, his foundation and the good works going on with it. So sit tight, people. It's the second hour to do. We have to come out after the halftime. And Press, I appreciate you, brother.
Yes, sir. Have a good one.
Absolutely. All right, everybody. We're going to get to the extracurricular portion of the program in a minute. All right. And we'll try to do our community service around here, man, in conjunction. So you guys do it with us. 5:05 is when that happens. It's the fastest $1.20 in sports. It's called Black and White Sports. We got a lot of more. All right. See you in a little bit.
His Store and More, the Man Superstore Studios. This is 100.7 WQQO HD2 Sylvania, Toledo, a Cumulus media station.
Whether you're an active person that wants extra supplemental movement, maybe you want to keep your legs active while you work, or you wish to support your therapy at home, or you just want to build strength, increase your mobility, flexibility, and boost your circulation, Ellipse was made for you. Power-assisted exercise that frees your mind to enjoy your favorite seated activities. Just plug it in, place your feet, select your speed, and relax. Ellipse does all the work for you. Call now and order Ellipse.
That ain't burgers.
Here's a great way to save money on your prescription medications. If you take Viagra or Cialis, we can give you a way to pay as little as $2 a pill. Compare that to prices as high as $60 per tablet. Call now with your prescription and pay as little as $2 a pill. We offer 24/7 service and always free delivery and confidential packaging. Call Pharmacy Shop 24/7 to get generic versions of Viagra or Cialis for as little as $2 a pill, plus free discreet shipping.
Out for the people credit approval process takes the heat off you.
flat screen TVs. Also, annual memberships are packed with perks. Then there's Havana Cigar Outlet in Norwalk, the warmest cigar lounge in Northern Ohio. We're talking a huge public lounge, plus a beautiful private lounge with 2 massive 70-inch TVs, open 24/7, 365, plus annual memberships packed with perks. Try out their Great Lakes cigar, made in Nicaragua and only available at Havana Cigar Outlet, North Coast Cigar, and the Cigar Affair in Maumee. Go ahead, light up at your new favorite spot, North Coast Cigar in Port Clinton or Havana Cigar Outlet in Norwalk.
Searching for the best place to get both classic and creative pizzas? Visit Pizza Cat and build your pizza as weird as you want it. Earn perks towards future orders by visiting pizzacat.com. Now with 2 Toledo locations, one on Monroe Street and one on McCord. Pizza Cat, keep pizza weird.
No cats have ever been harmed in the making of this pizza.
Glass City, we know you all are very busy when it comes to your interconnectedness, and in an effort to show our support of that as we get into the doggone public service portion of the Black and White Sports program on this World Cup Wednesday, let me reiterate something I've been discussing for a little while now. Like I said, in an effort to help you all, alert is what comes to mind. And I say to myself, tell these people that $9.99 is their best friend. For what, Sab? For your internet. Oh, yeah, right, you say. That sounds fake because I can't imagine anywhere where I would get that, and certainly a serviceable internet service associated with a $9.99 price tag. Or fine then, since you don't want to take my word there, I'll up the ante. And again, double down on giving you a full gig for $19.99 per month. See, big internet speed without big name cost is what I'm talking about, people. It's fiber powered, okay? 600 megabits per second for only $9.99 a month, or a full gig for $19.99 a month. Because, again, the biggest name isn't always the best deal. So listen, my good friends at Rocket Internet offering you the 600 megabits per second. Take advantage of the $9.99 per month, or if you need a little bit more than that, get in on the gig for $19.99 per month, okay? Both plans include Wi-Fi equipment, no contract, unlimited data, and a 3-year price guarantee. Get rocketinternet.com or call 5673-ROCKET to check availability and sign up. Rocket Internet is a prepaid internet service. Professional installation is required and a one-time activation fee applies. Offer subject to change or may be canceled without notice. Visit getrocketinternet.com or call 5673-ROCKET for full details.
I don't like what Dallas is doing. I know they're making a lot of money, and I'm happy for the owner, but the fans ain't happy. I've been a fan. I grew up in Mount Vernon, uptown.
Money earning.
The Red Raiders, we were the Red Raiders in the 60s. I was the running back, and we used to shift like the Cowboys.
Landry.
So I said, oh, the Cowboys play like us.
Right.
I've been a Cowboy fan since the 60s. He's making it hard for me.
He ain't lying.
Not to be a fan, because I'm still a Cowboy fan. I'm still going to have the star on the side of the hat. But he ain't thinking about us. He's thinking about his pocket. There's box office and there's Oscars. Jerry, been a while, huh? You ain't been to the show, you wouldn't know.
Ooh.
Wouldn't been to the show, you wouldn't know.
Uh-oh.
Haven't been to the show, so you wouldn't know what it is to win.
And
I love the Cowboys, because I really love them. This is the way I feel.
You're listening to Black and White Sports, where there is no gray.
On 100.7 The Ticket.
Oh, the blasphemous remarks from the one and only, the great Denzel Washington. I didn't appreciate it. And I would disagree, Denzel. Always thinking about us, Mr. Jones. Well, maybe there was a time. So I would not concur. Hour number 2, traffic jam is underway. Black and White Sports, the second portion of the program. However you may be listening, whatever you may be into, we certainly appreciate you making us a part of your situation. We will continue on. The real sports guy, Steve Taylor, will rejoin here in a moment. All right. Also, as we mentioned, and we will deliver, the big dog is here, set to come through and bless the community as he's been doing. All right. We're going to talk foundations and everything, philanthropy. softball, fifth, third, the whole shebang, man. Star power coming through. Chris Wormely on deck. So we are excited about that. All right, so stay tuned. Okay, Josh, as the people know, Mama Mary's time. It's important because we are in special promo mode. Yeah, the whole 1776 window thing going on, United States, 250 years, all of that. Well, the good friends at Mama Mary's, the family says, let the people know, Saf, that we are celebrating with them by offering 17.76% off orders at MamaMarysPizza.com. Yeah, located on the south side, Glass City. You hear that, and you already know how the theme rolls. Holland, to be exact, okay? But when we say Airport Highway, you know exactly what's going on. Just like you will know what exactly is going on when you make that order online, MamaMarysPizza.com, 17.76% off your order. Do that today. No one's excited about cooking dinners at night. We get it. So go to the vast menu. You already know. Easy on your mind and certainly always easy on the wallet, okay? Mama Mary's Pizza in Holland on Airport and Holloway, MamaMarysPizza.com. Away we go on a World Cup Wednesday. Black and white sports. Oh, boy. So we like these moments, ladies and gentlemen. As a matter of fact, I got to get in here. I got to show some gratitude because really it's kind of I feel like now I'm doubled down on what I owe the man. You know what I mean? He was already kind enough to bless us before. So it's kind of it's a double solid going on here. And then, of course, I know his schedule is herk and jerk, people. You know what I mean? He's been on a massive local media tour. I got to find out what's going on, though. You know what I mean? So shout out before we even get rolling. My man, Jordan Strack. You guys might recall a little while because I don't get out much, right? And my good man stepped in for me, man, and blessed me like my brother would do. And when he did it, he brought all his, his big dog Hollywood personnel when he did it. You know what I mean? So I recall, man, when Big Worm was on the scene. So we already know he's a friend to the show. As all guests and calls brought to you by the Bellamere Suites Wake Up Call line. Again, don't forget it. Josh gives you permission. You can text it 877-909-1007 as we get them in here. Okay, welcome back to it. And like I said, let me open up with my inaugural thank yous, brother, for coming through a while back, but certainly going to have some fun today. Chris Wormely, everybody, you know him well if you are a native of Lucas County. Good day, sir. Thank you for coming back through.
What's going on, fellas? Appreciate you having me back.
Oh, man, no, it's a pleasure. It's definitely ours, brother. And again, we certainly appreciate what's going on and kind of, why you've sort of stopped in with us today. And I guess, Chris, talk about how difficult maybe, because this is one of the first things I thought about. I wonder how difficult it is, man, for someone in your shoes, someone who has been where you were trying to go. You've reached your mountaintop and certainly to a certain degree, you're a very young man, so I don't want to say that in totality, but you were able to achieve some things that a lot of people are not, again, as blessed to achieve, man. And so, you have a very interesting, unique life, obviously an incredible fan base here, a wonderful support system and everything. So when you get into moments like this, brother, talk about, maybe how difficult it is to sort of, just navigate some of the things that you do in the spirit of trying to do good. I imagine, man, things can get a little bit tedious and interesting, a little entangled, if you will.
Yeah, that's a great question. I think when I first kind of got to this charity softball game, it was Jordan Strack who was kind of spearheading it. And my whole life I've been on teams. So I was like, okay, how do we put a team around myself and my wife and our foundation to continue to give back to the community? And we got an event team who has been fantastic. The Mud Hens have been more than gracious enough to let us use their facility. Fifth Third Field is obviously, as you guys know, is a world-class league ball stadium. So we're excited to be there and put on a great show for the fans that come out on Saturday. But yeah, I mean, at times it is difficult, and I'm trying sponsorships and I'm trying to sell tickets. And while in your head you might think, oh, this is easy. Like, I'm from Toledo, everybody knows me. I'm gonna, make $1 million. It's the opposite of that. And you got to go out there and you got to tell your story. You got to tell people why they should give their hard-earned money to our foundation. It's been a fun challenge, but at the same time, I've had this team put around me that we've kind of created over this last year to really solidify a really great group of people and an event that I think that everybody's going to enjoy on Saturday.
Talking to the big dog around here, all right? Chris Wormely is here, everybody, Black and White Sports. So, and I'm glad you kind of went there, Chris. Let me ask you this first. Let me roll it back real quick and give you an opportunity again to maybe reiterate, if you will, the Wormely Family Foundation. I mean, you guys do so many legitimate things. I mean, boots on the ground work we're talking about here. You know what I mean? Target shopping sprees, events at Dick's and summer literacy programs, all these things with the library, true philanthropy. Okay, it requires a selflessness, Chris, but you talked about, again, the business and the executive levels of things. So, how do you get the balance of the quiet, humble work, of buying shoes, for instance, for kids without it being loud, but also, trying to steer clear of again, the public perception of ego drive, required to put your name on the marquee, if you will, and things like that, man. I got to imagine that's got to be different.
I mean, you kind of said it there. Like, when you put your name on something, you have to make sure that product, whatever it is, especially when you're talking about foundations and charity, and especially the youth, you have to put a good product out there, and you have to be that you can trust when you're working in this space. And it's interesting because you said more of a selflessness approach, which is definitely true. But also, like, I jokingly tell people, like, I do this for selfish reasons. Like, when I'm out there in the libraries to promote the summer reading program, when we're doing our turkey giveaways and our holiday shopping sprees, like, that makes me feel incredibly good. Now I know that we're helping out all these kids and these families and all that, which is fantastic, and that's why we really do it. But there's a little part of me that's like, okay, this makes me feel good, and I want to continue to do this. And the more people that we can tell the story to and have them come along on our journey, just means that many more kids and that many more families that we can help for the years to come.
Talking to Chris Wormely here, everybody's going to have a great event. Make sure you guys get out to it, Fifth Third Field on Saturday afternoon. A lot of star power, Chris. So I'm going to let you tell them about it. I didn't really want to spring it and go blowing up the guest list in case I had a name I wasn't supposed to say. So I'll let you go ahead and flip it on to people. But you got a stellar one, man. It's going to be an incredible thing.
Yeah, man. So we've been working at this guest list, this roster list of participants for a long time now, and a lot of it is some Toledo athletes, and we got Storm Norton, who plays for the Atlanta Falcons, went to high school for the Rockets. Robert Easter, professional boxer, along with Jared Anderson, professional boxer. Joey Chestnut, the 17-time national hot dog eating champion. He's coming into Toledo.
Yeah, that's Josh's idol, the hot dog man. That's Josh's favorite. He wants his autograph. Josh, could you hear that? Your boy is here.
Well, I'd rather have an autograph one of those Paco dogs. That would be more apropos.
I'm sorry, Chris. Go ahead, Chris.
No, you're good. No, but yeah, you want an autograph from Joey Chestnut? Come out, buy a ticket, come support. We got some Michigan football players coming in, starting running back for the Wolverines. Jordan Marshall's coming down and participating in it. We got one of the best softball players in the country, Janessa Conway, who plays for the Wolverines up in Ann Arbor. She's coming down to participate. We got Donovan Peoples-Jones, who was a receiver for Michigan and in the NFL. Some local guys, Michael Dieter, who plays for the Broncos now, went to NOAA. James Hudson went to Central Catholic, went to Cincinnati, now plays in the NFL. We got a great group of people coming out, and they're excited for it. They're excited to see the fans. We're opening up the ballpark a little early for autographs. This is for the community. This is for the city of Toledo to enjoy a day at the ballpark.
Oh, wonderful, man. Chris Wormely here on Black and White Sports. Steve T, did you want to add anything, man, before we get the big dog out of here, man? We don't want to tie him up too long.
No, not at all, man. But man, my hat's off to you, man. Like, bro, I've followed you, man, your whole career, man. And everybody in your class really speaks highly of you, man. And that goes to the type of person that you are. So all your accolades, man, are well-deserved, brother. And anything that we can do as a community, man, you got to ask us, because like a closed mouth don't get fed. Sometimes you got to tell us. So tell people what you want them to know about this event.
I mean, man, yeah, June 20th, 2 p.m. The game is, gates open at 1 o'clock. You can buy tickets on our foundation website, wormleyfamilyfoundation.org. You can buy them on the Mudhens website, or you can go right up to the gate at the box office when the game starts, or right before the game, and buy tickets there. All the money back to the youth of Toledo, whether it's our youth camp, summer reading programs, turkey drive, holiday shopping sprees. The more money we can generate, the more families and kids we can help out, and that's the whole entire goal. I don't take a dime of this money. We got to pay for some administrative stuff, but all the proceeds are back to the kids, and like I said, that's what it's for. So June 20th, get your tickets, wormleyfamilyfoundation.org, and it's gonna be a fun event. I'm excited to put it on for the city.
Oh man, we can't wait, man, to plug in with you, man. Thank you, big dog, and thank you, man, for coming back through. We certainly appreciate it, man. Every time, you can come back anytime, man. We're gonna need some official football work around here, sir.
Thank you, fellas.
All right, man. Appreciate you, man. That's the big dog, everybody. It's Chris Wormely. You guys heard it. All right. Do not forget this weekend, again, Fifth Third Field. It is happening. You heard it there from the man. Make sure you get out. All right. And if you have any contributions or anything that you want to plug in, I'm sure you can get a hold of the Wormely Family Foundation very simply. And again, make sure you do that. All right, we're going to come back. We got a little more work to do. Steve T is here. Sandman will be along shortly. All right, it's fast as $120. Sit tight.
When sports need a voice that doesn't play games, it's Andre of the Savages on Black and White Sports, 100.7 The Ticket.
Andre of the Savages here for Mama Mary's Pizza. Mama Mary's Pizza wants to celebrate America's 250th anniversary. Founded in 1776, the United States is 250 years old. And Mama Mary's Pizza wants to celebrate with a 17.76% discount on the whole menu. 17.76% off your order. Sometimes you're just too tired to make that dinner, so Mama Mary's makes it easy on you and your wallet. Something for mom, dad, and the youngster. Pizza, salad, sub, pastas, and more. Mama Mary's Pizza in Holland on Airport and Holloway.
is now.
No allows. We got you on file. Yep, every day you like the crocodile. All these tears, all these years, you got on the track and let out your fears. Bouncing around, jumping on the track, trying to disguise your ass is whack. Then we out here, we got your back. Hell no, these is the facts. You lost, it's a cost. You out here fronting, you not a boss. Either way, we gon' toss. And then we get to my show.
Monday through Friday.
From 4 to 6 on 100.7. The Ticket. Black and white sports.
Yo, y'all remember when X spit this random fire freestyle?
Sean Price is my cousin. Get up and try again. I mean, that's all we can do. We make the moves that break the rules. A fool and his money are soon parted, so we take from fools. If and when you ever fall down, get back up. Drop some, stop fronting, pick that back up. Stand for something or fall for everything. Wait for the right pitch or miss with every swing. In the absence of the truth, bullshit prevails. That's what they did. Fucked around and threw truth in jail. The objective, so along with the handcuffs on your arms, they got shackles on your mind. Seek and you shall find, except the failure is the only crime. Fall down 8 times, get up 9. I told you.
You're listening to Black and White Sports, where there is no gray.
All right. Thank you very much to our man, the big dog. Chris Wormely was just in here. Black and White Sports, we continue on this World Cup Wednesday. Steve T is here, the real sports guy. Thank you, Monty. Features was on deck today, too. Sandman should be popping through here shortly, man. So we're going to do a few more things before we get out of here. Let me do that too, Josh, in case the people just tuned in. Let me help out however we can. Incredible event going off. Celebrity softball getting ready to happen at the Big Diamond, right? Downtown, Fifth Third Field, electricity, afternoon style on a Saturday, Glass City, okay? Doors, as Chris said, I believe he said open at 1 or let the people engage, and they will be there to engage with you, meaning the athletes, again, his celebrity friends and cohorts, everybody there to greet the public. So they're not trying to do a big dog standoff thing. That's what I like. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad they're not doing it punk style, Steve. You know, trying to act like, you know, all this secure, you can't talk to the people and can't shake hands with everybody. So, you know, that's what I like too. I like that anyway, even on the highest levels. I don't get into that. You know, I understand how life goes and I get it, everybody. That's just not my thing. I don't think that's cool to ever get to this place where, you know, I get to sit in this zone and this is a more specialer zone than these other human beings over here. You know, whatever. It's all good. But thank you, fellas, for not doing that. All right. I know there'll be a lot of kids there. I know the kids will be going crazy. So don't forget, again, I think first pitch, probably around, 2 p.m. Fifth Third, again, Chris Wormely. The Wormely Family Foundation is busy doing a lot, as you all already know. So please continue to assist in that effort. You guys are always critical on our people who get a name, who get out here and do us proud and don't clown us and make us look crazy. And again, let me say, because I didn't want to do, Steve, you know, I don't like to do a lot of brown nosing, you know, but, you know, Chris was cold with it, man. You know, he did, about a 9-year stint or so with the whole thing. Josh, hold on, give me that other slip. If you don't, what did I hand you over there? Can you hand me that, please? Josh, that other piece of paper. Did you give me both of them back? Did you? Okay. All right, if you did. But I know, again, like I said, hell of a career, man, and has never, you know, shamed us in any way. And we like these guys, these ladies, to come back, to give back, to be involved in the community and whatnot. And when they do, you know what I mean, it's very important that we extend that, you know what I mean, you give that boomerang effect, man, and give that back. Don't front, is all I'm saying. Get out to the damn game. You ain't got some already planned. Again, the man gave us service, Steve. Ravens, Steelers, Panthers, Colts. Hell, you know, show up. Leave it like that.
NFL.
Yeah, show up. NFL, exactly. So, you know, there you go, man. Salute to the big dog. Thank you again. And Whitmer Panthers, stand up. All right. Oh boy. Let me see. Did you know anything about the you heard about the CC shoe, Steve? Heard that? The Caitlin.
Man, you know, I have been super busy
Yeah.
Busy.
It's okay. That's why I'm here. I'm here. Yeah, it's okay.
That's good. Good thing. Training at
Uh-huh.
all. No,
Yeah,
but
you could
that
have
was,
missed it.
I kind of missed that one.
Yeah, you could have
I
missed it.
missed
It's
that
okay.
one.
Yeah, but I'm here to make sure that people are aware. And that's it. There's the seat. What you think about this, Josh? What you think, Josh? First sight. I mean, I don't know if the thing with the blue. I don't know what's going on with the blue. I thought the Fever were a team. I thought they were red with it. I don't know what's going on
I think
there.
blue's like their secondary color with a little bit of
Is
yellow.
it?
Same as the Mud Hens. Blue, red, and a little bit of yellow.
I guess you're right, Josh. I never really considered. I don't know. We might have to investigate this. But anyway, we got the Caitlin 1 on display. Radioheads, again, you don't get it all the time. It's not a stream. But what you can do, listen, if you've listened to this show the entire time, you say, oh man, what do these fools look like? They gotta look as goofy as they sound. Well, what you could do is download the app and watch it live while it's going on. You can see it. Now, I would say turn it on Facebook, but it has been made very clear to me I can't really be that secure in activities with Facebook. So I'm going to go ahead and pivot away from that slowly but surely and get my whole island off of that. Okay? Yeah. So with that, I'd like to encourage that. But certainly fall into the YouTube thing. We know that's highly populated. A lot of people have heard of that. So you can certainly find us at Savvy Television there. But okay. Nonetheless, we continue on. We got the fellas in here. He's the real sports guy, Steve T. But we will add on and extend things around this time as we do daily. And he certainly wears the boots on the ground in the 216. He's not doing it phone style today. Today, he said, I'm going live with it. Let me get on deck and get on the stage. Yep. Sandman, everybody. The one and only Andy Sanzata joins us. It's always a great day when I can get my BCSN reunion popping. Steve and Andy, they know. Josh, you wasn't really in it, though. But you, I mean, it's all right.
The 18.
You wasn't in it.
Right? Right, Taylor? The 18.
There you go. It's back on deck. It's the band.
If that's the A team, who's the Hannibal Smith, who's the B.A. Baracus, and who's I know I'm definitely Murdoch or something.
Yeah, you are. There's no doubt. It's no challenge with the casting on that. Absolutely. I mean, I like to fancy myself as a George Papard type, you know what I mean? Because I'm not really, you can't call me Mr. T. I'm Mr. T. Now, Steve, we don't want to unfairly cast Steve, though, just because he got the darker hue. What, we going to just throw Steve in? Because that doesn't seem fair. But then again, is Andy a Mohawk type? I don't know where we're going. You see what I'm saying? But you seem like face, Andy. Andy, you do seem face like that's kind of you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. Man, listen. Oh man, I need my man Alex at TNT right now. Shout out to my Atlanta people. That's what he does at TNT. Right now, you will see a graphic of me, Andy, Steve, and Josh. Everybody, we be jumping out the van right now. And they would see, I had the black gloves on. Yeah, I had the black gloves on with the cigar right now. That's how you would see with the gray. I could do it. I'm Hannibal because he just bald. Yeah, I'm just Hannibal with the gray. I got the gray chin, Pop. I'm in mode. I don't know what it is. But yeah, you definitely, Josh, you right on the buzzer with the Murdoch gang. No doubt.
But definitely when you think about Hannibal, he's definitely quite the character and the expert in of Master of Disguise, and that includes like even sometimes women's clothing in some episodes.
Hey man, F you, man.
What?
You're trying to be slick. That's why I don't like how you try to play. You try to play like you're not a genius level. See, that's what he does. Nobody saw that. He set it up like 10 minutes ago. And he's vindictive. He's deliberate. He's vindictive. And he plays the little, oh, it's me. I'm just Josh. Josh, it's a person laughing so hard out there right now that you just smacked me up like that. They are so happy. They trying to tape it. They trying to find copies of this show right now. So she can play it all the time, Josh. It's your biggest fan.
Yeah, I have several gifts that I try to keep under wraps.
Welcome in, Andy. What you want to do? I mean,
I don't know. Where are we going today? I don't even know.
I don't know. Let's go. Let's do Messi. All right, go with Messi, Andy, because that's at the top. We work back. Yeah. We had Messi. Okay, we had Sorsby, of course. We had a little.
That was real messy.
Yeah, right. Absolutely.
Nice, Steve.
And oh man, I forgot to ask Monty. I let Monty escape. I had a specific question for him. So, damn to me today, because I definitely dropped the rock on this. Hopefully, I have to bring that back tomorrow, man, because I don't want to. It's a real conversation because he has it certainly has a perspective as a former, you know what I mean, as a former Steeler and some things, man. I got to get with him. So, Monty, even if you hear it, please don't let me forget that tomorrow. But again, Andy in here, Steve in here. But I guess, Andy, like I said, talk about that last night. We did, you know, we got a few minutes in on the World Cup, of course. You know, we come back there. What's the update, Josh? I'm afraid to hear this Croatia-England update now because
it's 3-2 England in the second half.
Oh, okay. All right. Woo. The UK.
And it almost was 4-2. Croatia's goalie's keeping them in it. England is dominating right now, but Croatia's goalie's keeping them in it.
But talk about dominating then, Andy, and a hat trick last night for a guy who's been dominating for so long. It's hard to quantify the chronological perspective that you put on it. But when you start to talk about all things considered, age, everything else, my first career hat trick here. I'm now tied 16 goals strong in history. I'm in here with Klaus. So talk to me about that. And just, again, it's hard to do, but, you know, we might as well have fun. It's hour number 2.
Well, the thing I love about Messi is he you know, despite all the success and you know, having won a World Cup and playing in the MLS and having all these accolades, you never hear about it from him. And that's what I appreciate the most. I love greatness when it's not thrown in your face by its own self. And that's the thing that sticks out to me about Lionel Messi, is that he's just humble and appreciative of the talent that he's been given.
Right.
He's gone out and used it to the best of his ability. He's been involved in, you know, in changing people's lives in different ways outside of the game because of the fortunes that he has. But what he did last night at 37 it's impressive. I mean, soccer's no joke, guys, as far as conditioning and wear and tear on your body. You know, I make fun of it sometimes because I think there's a lot of diving going on out there. But you know, the reality is it's a difficult sport to play as far as, you know, being in shape, staying in shape, that type of thing. And all he did last night was go out and shut everybody up. To me, that's the thing that stood out the most, is he just let his play do the talking. And he's always done that. And that's why I personally think he's the greatest soccer player of all time.
Oh, I don't know. Steve, I feel like maybe I'll let you, if there's a rebuttal, I just don't know if you're ever going to, we always trying to replace no, man, I don't know. And I can't, it's hard to in the moment, and we do the prisoner thing of the moments. But man, that man, for the young people, and now that I think about it, I don't hear Pele enough ever on any conversation. And I think that's ridiculous, but this is what I'm saying. This kind of stuff is crazy. And all I was going to say, Andy, and not to necessarily take off on you, but anybody who doesn't say that and doesn't respond and doesn't consider that when they think of the game, period. And you talk about the context of the time, the space and history, being a man of color, all this other stuff that they celebrate for all these other people. And when we start talking about that particular competitive arena, again, I talked about the political energy on it and why, because Monty was saying about the excitement of this and the energy that it causes. Well, it's because there's an honor associated with this and on these national scale that sort of supersedes even what we hold near and dear in this nation. And I think that's why a lot of times we're on the pretender level, but not to get on that. But Steve, like I said, when you talk about him, if you could, because I know you can contextualize that. And I just think we saw us be careful, man, trying to say somebody was the best. Nah, you can't do what he did. And he did it then. He did what this man is doing now. And he wasn't supposed to do it. And his life was on the line in the process.
Man, we as, you know, members of the media get caught up in the moment a lot. You know, man, we do that with basketball, you know, when we want to say Jordan or LeBron is the greatest, when you know, like, guys, when we look at it, man, like the things that Wilt did to build the NBA, because they wanted him to be a giant, but they didn't want him to be a giant. They wanted him to dominate, but they didn't want him to dominate, you know. So, man, when you look at that, man, and then you look at that Same way with Pele. You know, the same type of obstacles that Wilt faced, so did Pele. And Pele is a guy that put soccer on the map to where we accept soccer as an American society. He's the guy that we look to first. You know, guys, what we look at is we're talking about always the next Pele. The next Pele. The next Pele. You know, so so when you look at it like that, man, we just got to be careful. I'm not knocking Messi for what he does. He is the best right now.
There's no question that. Yeah, there's no debate on any level. And that's all I say, Andy, because I think we do it. It's not you just there. I hear it all the time. That's why it grabbed my attention so starkly, is because I always find people, it's like they want to formulate that sentence, that thought, this next other. No, and I keep feeling like we are now in a space of losing appreciation for all things, though, because we're
I mean, that's the thing.
Everything now.
That's the thing we got to be careful of when we start throwing out terms like greatest of all time.
Every weekend, though.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Because the dude did well. The lady did well.
Like they were even the media is doing it now with the Knicks. They just won a title. Is Brunson the greatest Knick ever? Like, how can you do that? Like now?
Stop, man. Stop.
Like, stop it.
Walt Clyde Frazier. Stop.
I know, Steve. I'm right there with you. I'm just saying that the national media is doing that now. What we're talking about, they shouldn't be doing. They're doing it again, just because he won a title.
Can I say one? This is what I want to say, fellas, and it just hits me right now. And I'm thinking about what I do. I'm thinking about the media space. I'm thinking about the corporate, aspects and perspective on it. And it's like, I think the reason that they feel like they have to do it, and I say Clyde Frazier is a great example. And I think as long as he's been there, hell, he's been active with the team. He has stayed and remained a vibrant and colorful figure and personality as much as he was back in. And Steve, like I said, you was around the time just before I kind of came through, and that's when them boys was rolling, and they was the true player with it when they coming in out of the games. When you start talking about style to the NBA and that whole just that elegant sort of energy on things, he even brought that and still had you looking crazy and snapped your neck on the court with it like a big dog would do. So with that said, there's aspects to him that I think they don't get discussed. So my point is what? Well, the idea that he's not as relatable, he didn't come through a time where it's not sexy to, again, industrialize the media exchange and all the finesseries that go with that. And they need someone constantly to feed the animal that services the machine that creates the corporate payout. If everybody can dig that and follow that, and now you got the best object and the best option is Mr. Brunson, because you could even sell the grittiness of the city. Whereas again, Clyde was more of him and Joe Namath was doing a thing back then. That's what it was. And that was the beginnings of, we gonna gear it so the ladies can love it and they can get to the game just to come see it. They don't care if you can hoop or throw the ball or none of that. They say Joe got draws on, Clyde got the silk on. We got to do something and get in the sheet. They had that. Brunson, now we're gonna sell the blue collar thing, and we're gonna rock with it when we can. So in order to sell it to its max, we say things like, we need a new greatest Knick. And the Knicks had a lot of great, incredible great, because you got Bernard King for me. You can miss me with a lot of the stuff when we saying the Knicks and Lewis Orr. It was some people in there that, but I don't do the dance that they do. Andy, Steve, you know what I mean? That's the regular thing. So, but go ahead, Steve. I know you wanted to say something before we take it out of here, man. We're gonna hit this break real quick.
I mean, it just pains me how quick we want to put the greatest of all time. Like, this man never scored 100 points in a basketball game, and nobody else is doing it. They didn't add a 3-point. They added a 3-point line and they still can't do it, and you want to dismiss a man who averaged 50 points and 25, 30 rebounds in the season. Dismiss that. He never did that. Man, y'all can just miss me with that, man. I mean, the greatest player to ever play was Wilt Chamberlain. Period. In the story. And then we can talk about fill it in the blanks after that. But that's the way I see it.
There's a new slant. Steve T on your Real Sports Guy. Andy, the Sandman Sanzada in here, man. It's always great when I get these boys on deck. Okay, we're gonna come back and try to finish it strong in here. And listen, that only happened, people, because we're saying they want to make a new greatest this or that, and it really was just that Pele for the youngsters here, since we're talking about football right now, and that's at everybody's maximum focus. It's kind of like you should say more things about Bruce Lee and being like the coldest at something and somebody mentally superior. Like that. You should say that more. But sit tight. We'll say a little bit more ourselves. Black and white.
Join Andre of the Savages, weekdays 4 to 6 on Black and White Sports, ESPN 100.7 The Ticket.
Toledo, mark your calendars. Family Day at the Greater Toledo Classic is on Sunday, July 19th at Highland Meadows Golf Club. Thanks to Erie Home and Leaf Home, families get in free. That's free admission, free park.
Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms, every choice matters. Tremfya offers self-injection or intravenous infusion from the start. Tremfya is administered as injections under the skin or infusions through a vein every 4 weeks, followed by injections under the skin every 4 or 8 weeks. If your doctor decides that you can self-inject Tremfya, proper training is required. Tremfya is a prescription medicine used to treat adults with moderately to severely active Crohn's disease and adults with moderately to severely active ulcerative colitis. Serious allergic reactions, increased risk of infections or lower ability to fight them, and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or need a vaccine. Explore what's possible. Ask your doctor about Tremfya today. Call 1-800-526-7736 to learn more or visit tremfyaradio.com.
You're listening to Black and White Sports, where there is no gray.
Dan and I will be back to talk about it after this on the Detroit Tigers radio network.
And fragile.
I don't have to do a game. Oh.
You get tired.
This game recap. Oh, I'm sorry. Was that out loud? 3, 2, 1.
But with Corwell help, we are also strong.
ESPN 100.7. The Ticket.
That's like Andy. That's how Andy do, Steve. You ain't know Andy would get on here and just start cussing all of a sudden. I don't know what's going. Josh is panicking. He's hitting the delay. He's trying to jump out. You know.
Oh, trust me, Steve's heard me cuss. That's not an issue.
You can't do that to Josh like that, man. He's not. He's like, oh my God.
I know. I'm sorry, Josh.
They should have a Josh cam that's different than this one that's on him. They should have this other one.
Oh, when he's in panic mode.
Yeah.
Having been in this industry since I began in college at WXUT, I've learned that you got to be careful in terms of what comes out of your mouth, what comes out of other people's mouth, because you never know if there's a little old lady or an elderly old man or some person who does not really have much of a social life listening and catching on any words saying like, this is, he said this, that, I'm sending it off to the FCC.
That's right. We don't want that. We don't want any memos from the FCC at all, other than thank you. You're doing great. You know what I mean? We haven't seen any reports in years, you know, and I don't think they are. You know, I mean, that's the kind of thing you want. All right, people. Last time before we go, okay, fastest buck 20 in sports is called Black and White Sports. Thank you guys for hanging out. We do it daily, 4 to 6 p.m. Okay, so make note of that in case this is your first time. And see, there's a lot going on now. The audience has certainly extended, so we're trying to adjust to all things. We've had some fun times with Facebook, I guess, over the since like the end of the week last week. But it looks like all systems are a re-go. So we have that, but we got the Black and White page. I think we had some hiccups today with that. So thank you guys who stayed on, reconnected, what have you. Always as your backup, again, the Savvy Television at YouTube is there, always live wired. And of course, you know, we are now flexing with the app situation, Savvy Television Network. So make sure you get that in general, just because you're going to get a lot of programming here moving forward that we hope will be extremely entertaining to you. It's very important that we celebrate those who don't get opportunity, like everybody else. I'll just say that for now. I don't want to go throwing out the marketing and the campaign stuff, because my CEO, she will break my neck for running my mouth. That is one of her big deals. Like, listen here, Dad, chill out. All right. And so I got different orders, and I answer to a different administrator, ladies and gentlemen. So that's all I can tell you. So for now, just go ahead and follow along. All right. It's, Miss Savage says it would be in your best interest. And that's pretty much what I hear. And I think she's right. So with that, make sure you download the app. All right. Fire Stick, Android, iOS, and of course, Roku and Apple TV, so on and so forth. All right. Steve T is here. He's the real sports guy. Andy Sanzada is here. He has the boots on the ground all over the 216. And Josh Burnham trying to hold this thing together. I am Andre of the Savages. Before we get out of here today, we're going to do a few things with the wager stuff. I was going to give you the UK today, everybody, in the World Cup, but the game started right at 4, so we couldn't really add it to this. It didn't make much sense. If you guys caught it live, we'll see. Josh, where we at right now? I hope things have stayed the course.
All right, in the 89th minute, they're almost coming to the end. England 4, Croatia 2 from Jerry World.
Okay.
That's
Andy said it should have been that when he came on. It should already been that. Cool. Okay, so we like that. One down. We like that. Here's the thing, everybody. This is one of the picks we were going to give you. So we know when we have this long parlay, we like to certainly get the first one right. Nothing's worse than missing a damn 9-11 teamer that you're going absolutely no damn where and get all your dreams crashed immediate. Not today. Thank you, UK. All right, Ghana's up next, people, 7 p.m. We're doing a money line there, and, of course, Colombia in the nightcap. All right, College World Series going off. I don't know, is this game underway? UNC West Virginia, Josh, I think they're up first. I don't know. I didn't know what time that was.
I think it's a 7 o'clock game.
Okay. Listen, I think that it could be the end of the line for the Pat McAfee, regime and all these singing songs at the end of these games. Any comments there, Andy? Let's do that. We got 2 tonight in the in the frame, and UGA and Oklahoma 2 on the back end. But what are we thinking about that, fellas?
I've been taking a peek here and there at some of the games. I just think the West Virginia thing is a great story. I'd like to see it continue. It probably won't. You're right. I think North Carolina is probably headed to the finals or the semifinals at least. They're just really good. Georgia has, I believe, the player of the year on their roster. He's a catcher, I think. So they're going to be tough to knock out as well. But I've got to get a little bit more in depth when we get closer to the end here to be able to really break it down. But I just, I really enjoyed seeing the other day when they won, everybody singing Country Roads in the stands. I just think that's awesome.
Steve, you plugged in on it?
Man, I've been super busy on the music, tour this past week, so I really haven't been locked into the college baseball season, man. I had a lot to do with the inauguration of the Party in the Park as they spread it last week, and we were the first band to play. I'm glad to say that, but no, man, I've been super busy.
No, I got you. Ain't no issue. Just want to give everybody a chance to comment on it if you wanted to, but let me get back to it and kind of what I'm doing here. So what we'll look at then tonight, with that said, UNC probably the superior group here. I don't know. I mean, this West Virginia group, they're good though. It's not a bad number on the money line. If I guess I don't know what we would consider an upset here. I don't want to oversell myself here other than I'm doing a numeric thing, trying to follow where it's trendy at. And some of these teams I'm still vaguely enough familiar with to know whether or not, okay, I probably can lean UNC. I knew they were solid. I like UGA too. I'm actually surprised though UGA is here. I thought maybe they might have got cracked before in the last outing, but nonetheless, Oklahoma here, don't know. You know what I mean? That's what scares me. I don't like the second game as much. I feel like I should pass there, but nonetheless, UNC, UGA, we'll take the favorites, play it safe. You know what I mean? And with the ladies tonight, I got 3 for you. There's, I think, maybe 5 games in the window tonight in the W, but I'm still liking the Dallas ladies. Not sure why they're the dog here, but I mean, perhaps it's because the Golden State ladies are at home. They are a solid group in the Valkyries. They're the favorite here, but it's a slim money line. Not enough to necessarily scare me. You had a 3-point window here, but now down to 2.5, saying that it looks like smart money could be Dallas here. So I'll do that anytime Paige Becker's on the floor. And these ladies, again, looking like they might be rounding into some kind of perhaps surprising form in Dallas. Then we got my girls, the eventual champions here. So tonight we'll perhaps go toward the vision board of everybody realizing this when they cover this 9.5 tonight that it started on. It could be 10.5 at this point. I don't know. But Minnesota is on the road tonight, so we like them as well. Hold on, Josh, do we have banners on any of this? I'm sorry if we didn't make it, if we didn't. So I was trying to talk like you had them, but if you don't, don't worry about it.
I do have one more banner that's baseball.
Okay, hold on 1 second. But let me stick with this. I got one more for the ladies here. Like I said, we're going to rock and roll with the links. I just like them. Again, we haven't even added the MVP. We haven't even gotten Collier involved. And I got Miles, and I told you guys what it was. I gave her 2 years, maybe 3, and I was trying to be humble. But, yeah, we got the 9.5 tonight at the Sparks in L.A. Other teams usually get down. You like to clown in L.A. You guys know how that goes. And then also you got Portland and Seattle. Zy Cook and the ladies on the window this evening, okay? And I like the 3.5 with them. They are at home. No, excuse me, they're on the road. They're wait, hold on. No. Yeah, they are. Okay. They are on the road. I like Seattle. And again, a little sleepy there. I don't know what to make of them, but I'm not going to get too hype on these expansion groups, and Portland is one of them. So I think we got an opportunity here. Seattle will probably beat them. All right. But I won't, I won't take a money line either way. All right. Little herk and jerk with the ladies. So take the 3.5. MLB on the way out the door. We will do it like this. We'll stay with St. Louis from last night. I think they come back and do that again tonight. Yankees busy too. I told you it was going to be love and peace and joy without the judge. It's just stay out of court. That's all you got to do is stay your ass out of court. Everything's good. See, Yankees flying high. And the Dodgers, Ohtani on the mound tonight. Been an interesting last couple. Tonight he'll probably show out. I like the Dodgers to do a -1.5. That's how silly I am, but you don't have to do that. Just take the money line for your purposes, all right? and we will get out of here like that. Hope you got them all. Roll it back if you didn't. And if you missed any of it, just download the app. It'll be, again, on re-air by 7 p.m. Eastern, okay? So thank you very much, all right? And thank you to the good Lord for that one. For Josh Burnham, hell of a job today, sir. Thank you very much. You know, we always throw a lot of curveballs, brother, okay? Monty Features, appreciate you. Steve T, always, man, a good look, especially on the makeup day, sir. So it's good to have you on a Wednesday. Andy Sanzata, you know how you do. It's a salute. It's always constant, all right? So for all these guys and all the fellas a part of it, and of course, certainly last but not least, Mr. Chris Wormely, have a great event this weekend. Can't wait to get out there, man. And thank you, Brother Strack, man. George Strack, that's my dog. He showed it once again, all right? We'll see you guys on Thursday, see if we can improve it. Please be kind, be respectful, be nice. Never cheat on your wife. Get this money with me and handle your business today. World Cup.
Tomorrow.
There is no tomorrow. There is no tomorrow. There is no tomorrow.
His Store and More, the Man Superstore Studios. This is one.